They say you become the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. This is what happened to Jimmy Din, who spent a lot of his time within the beauty industry working amongst celebrities. They enjoyed his funny stories and encouraged him to act. But there wasn't a lot of opportunity for Asians in this field. So he decided to write a script for a comedy film named You Have a Nice Flight. He directed and acted in it. His good friend John Belcher stepped up to the plate as a producer and helped him through the whole process. Here's an interview with both director and producer of the film, Jimmy Din and John Belcher. Where did you get the funds to make the film?
We try to get the funds because I work with many celebrities. I work with many wealthy people.
You do?
Yeah, I work with billionaire ladies.
But what do you do? How do you work with them? What do you do?
I do eyelash extension.
Oh, okay. You're kidding.
Yeah.
You do eyelash extensions?
Yeah, they flew me to Aspen by private jet by myself.
You're kidding.
Yeah. I have many pictures taken on by myself on the airplane. So scary.
How did you ask them for the money? You presented them with the script?
I asked some people and I asked some producer too. But you know, first time you make the movie and you are the eyelash extension guy and you don't speak English well, people doubt about ability you can make the movie. I did one lady, she gave me the money, but she told me don't tell her name, so I can't tell her name. Okay. And she gave me $7,500 for the movie.
So how much money did you raise altogether for the film?
Well, we didn't raise,
like
Jimmy, the whole film cost how much? What was the total budget at the end, which Jimmy financed the most of it?
Yeah,
what is it?
Like almost like 400,000. We have a story about that title, the story about why we have that name instead of say Have a Nice Flight, right?
Yes, yes.
In Asia, we don't say have a nice flight because impolite. You have to say you because you talk to them. You don't talk to the air. If you say have a nice flight, that means you talk to the air. You don't talk to the rest of the people. That's impolite.
The base of the story is you're a twin brother. You were born in Vietnam and you have a twin brother, and you come over to America to live, but your twin brother stays over in Vietnam.
You have a wife.
And he has a wife, yep, and he needs a kidney transplant, and you're a match, and so you go to the airport to go over and donate your kidney to him. I love the opening, well, not the opening scene, but with you to the airport with all your bags on riding the bicycle, and you have those the star-shaped glasses on, and on the back there's a sign. Like, there's a lot of Vietnamese cliches. So in the movie, you're a nail guy, yeah.
But they say Dong Hong nails you anytime, any place.
Exactly, yeah. I didn't catch that the first time. I only caught that the second time around, but that was funny.
Comedy is hard, no doubt about it. But at its core, it's doing the unexpected or saying the unexpected.
Right. But you accomplished it, so that's like a feat in and of itself. This whole movie is such an accomplishment. I mean, you should be so proud of yourself for getting it done, getting it edited. It's one thing to say you're doing a movie, but it's quite another to actually do it.
Yeah, Jimmy's a survivor. He's many times where he would cry because, things got so difficult, obstacles thrown in his way. But one of the casting directors told Jimmy, says, Jimmy, you got your movie on film now. You actually, got everything on film. You got all your scenes done. You're a survivor. You survived this whole ordeal of getting it shot.
Yeah, they say
people stole his money.
Yeah, but they say the first one is the hardest.
No doubt, because I certainly didn't know what I was doing, and But I just went with the flow, and fortunately, we had professionals on the set that did know what they were doing. And Jimmy's just a natural, I think, at acting, and he was a natural at directing. And he gave people a lot of freedom. I said, just stick with the script, but you can improv all you want.
The woman that you picked was perfect for this, Jimmy. Her name, Michelle. Do you know her last name? Michelle?
Shelley Dennis.
Oh, Dennis.
We went over there February 2015 and began shooting. We went to Jimmy's home village in the Mekong Delta. Mm-hmm. It took 4 days of preparation. We even had to go to the governor of his province and ask permission. Fortunately, we had a relationship with him. We had visited him the year before. So he was more than willing to write a letter giving us permission to shoot, and so we didn't have to go all the way to Hanoi to the central government there. So that was a big aid. So we had literally shot on 4 different locations in his home village, and all of the people in the village helped. And we had one day where we did, the first day, all we did was find our actors. His sister had a casting call, and they all showed up and auditioned for the role. We had 2 sets of twins, and so it was just magical.
Wow, you got the twins. It was all meant to be. You had actually 2 sets of twins?
Yeah, so we used both of them in the movie, and so it was just great. So we got everything, all the sets ready, and locations selected, everything done in 4 days, and then we shot all of our Vietnam scenes in 1 day. And Jimmy was the director, and he just did a masterful job. Directing those kids and adults what to do, and it just couldn't have been a better experience.
Now the Vietnamese cliches. Well, we all know that, about the Vietnamese, the nails and stuff like that. What about the fish eye there? Is that like a Vietnamese cliche that if you eat a fish eye that you'll choke to death or something?
No, the fish eye, people love fish eye, but he gets sick, so that's why sometimes he gets joked, because I just created for funny that people eat fish eye, joke. But also people that in Vietnam, people poor, they don't have anything to eat, so they eat everything, including fish eyes. That's how you see on the plate, you don't get any meat left.
That was funny, Jimmy. That was funny. I was like, what? I'm looking at it like, why is he eating the fish eye? It made me stop and think. Do people eat fish eyes? Are you saying that?
Oh, they love it. It tastes good. It tastes a little bit kind of fat. You look like you eat the fish, like a little taste a little good, but got like a little like fat. Look
right.
like
vitamin A.
Yeah.
And the 11 children in the bed, and you all had to turn after a certain amount of time. I think one of my favorite parts was that guy eating the fish eye. It really made me stop and like, what? What was your favorite part of the film, Jimmy?
The story about when you get when people mean to you, we don't try to revenge because it's not the solution. We have to keep doing what we do, good thing, and then the good luck will come up to us.
In the beginning, they thought you were like crazy Vietnamese guy, and in the end, they all pitched in and gave you money to get your ticket. You know what I'm saying? You emanated that in this film. Which you did a great job in that. That's something that's not emanated in a lot of films today, for sure.
George Lopez.
George Lopez?
Yes. Yes. He makes fun of his culture all the time. Yeah. You met him,
Jimmy knows. Jimmy
Yeah.
knows
You know
him.
George Lopez?
Yeah.
Been to his house.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he's very nice guy. I do eyelashes for his girlfriend.
Who else have you met that's famous, Jimmy?
Many like people let me say like Harry Berry.
Holly Berry?
Yeah, but I call her Harry Berry. Like like Christina Aguilera and Katy Perry.
Christina Aguilera and Katy Perry, and you make house calls to these people?
Yeah,
That is so awesome.
and I go to and also I go to Chicago before too. Meet the lady in Chicago.
A lady from Chicago?
I'm not saying her name.
Not Oprah Winfrey. Is it Oprah Winfrey?
I can say Miss Winfrey.
You can? Oh my God, that's awesome. I never heard of people going to other people's houses to do lash extensions.
Oh my God, they in LA people buy the food like $10, but they pay for the pot mat is $15. So we will have money like that. I try, but usually smart man, but I have to keep myself with a good heart. If people smart and they don't have a good heart, they become mean people like Hitler, like scary. People smart, but they have to have a good heart. So I keep in my mind about that.
That is wonderful, Jimmy. That's a beautiful way to be. Not a lot of people think like you, and I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure meeting you, Jimmy, and you as well, John.
Thank you, Bernadette. We appreciate for your time.